walls throughout halls of a Four Seasons loft. In Austin, I stalled, paused. My eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Roll dice and woes of life, love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, focus reflected off the mirrors, a pit, quit, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raiment and grain, rekindle the flame, closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see.
Boom, yes it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello everybody and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Your host Matt Clark, and it is Wednesday, halfway through the week. Of course, the Thunder took care of business last night, and we were, it got a little close, but I knew that Memphis just does not handle us very well. They don't play well against us. We don't, SJ doesn't play well against them. Ja doesn't play well against us. They don't play well against us as a team, which we talked about last night on After the Storm, our Thunder post-game analysis live stream. We had a Memphis fan on last night, and what's interesting is that we're getting fans from the different teams that come on our show and that get into the chat, and we're always very respectful. Myself and the other guys who are in the chat with us, who are Thunder fans, are respectful to the Knicks fans, to the Cavalier fans, to the Hornet fan, to the the fan last night, which was the Grizzlies fan. So we're starting to get different people from the different teams also listening to our show and commenting, and we're all fair and we're good to everybody. We don't really care what team you're with, and they asked some good questions. I thought we came up with some good answers, myself and the guys who were involved in the chat. So that part was really, really good. Like I said yesterday on the show, I figured that we would win between 15 to 20 points. That's kind of what I thought. We weren't going to beat about 51 again, because they basically said in the second quarter, we went on that 23-2 run, would outscore them 20-0. I knew that they just said, to hell with this. They're going to win game one. Why are we going to exert all this energy, which is because the Thunder are not going to come back from, we're not going to come back from 33 down. Thunder are not going to let us do that, which we did, but we did let Minnesota come back against us. But in the playoffs, the thing about this team that I like is that we learn from our mistakes. We tend to not make mistakes over and over and over. So if we do something that happens in the game, we tend to come back as a group, coaching staff, team, everything, and come back and regroup and rethink and redo everything that we have done up to that point. So anyway, when I was looking at the game last night, we were at the game, and by the way, thank you, Commander and Kimberly, for the tickets. Jennifer and I had a good time, as we always do with you guys. It was an interesting game in the fact of what actually happened. I still have some issues that I have with what the coach does, but it's like when he does the right combinations and when he does the right things, it's successful. But he goes against what he wants to do because he's interested in J-Dub being the guy. And Jennifer last night was like, well, you just don't like J-Dub. No, it has nothing to do with J-Dub. I like J-Dub. It's the fact that the way that the coach does, and it's so funny, is J-Dub came back in the final 2 minutes and 47 seconds of the game, and I've got in my notes right here. And this was in the, let me see. This was in the second quarter. The score was 66-45, and he brought J-Dub back in the game. When J-Dub went out of the game, to start the quarter, it was 32-17. SGA came in with 6:31, which is the correct thing to do. Timeout, you bring him back in, which I was shocked. And it was SGA, Dort, Chet, Wiggins, Caruso. When J-Dub came back in, we were up 10 when he went out. When he came back in, we were up 21. SGA did not touch the ball the last 2 minutes and 47 seconds when J-Dub came back in the game. Halftime, the score was 70-52. So when he came in, when he went out, we were up 10. When he came back in, we were up 21. And when into the third, at halftime, it was 70-52. So we were up 10. We went up 21. He brings it back in the game. We ended up being only up 18. SJ did not touch the ball the whole second quarter. From 2:47 on when he came back in the game. Didn't touch the ball one time. And that's the thing that bothers me because what he's doing is, and I was arguing with the guy last night in the stands. So it's like, bro, this reminds me so much of the KD Westbrook. And he goes, well, I was friends with Maurice Cheek. I smoked cigars. I said, let me explain something to you, bro. No coach is going to care what cigars you smoke with and what weed you smoke, whatever you drink. They're not going to put their jobs in jeopardy by telling you something that they know that they can't explain to you, especially a guy like him. He's not going to give you the insider stuff simply because he can't take a chance on you saying something to somebody else, and then he comes back and he gets fired. He's not going to throw away a $300,000 job by opening his mouth. It's not going to happen. He's going to toe the company line, especially with the Thunder. They're really big on toeing the line. This is what we say as an organization. This is how we do the things. That's why if you get in trouble with the Thunder organization, you're gone. Josh Giddey got in trouble, he's gone. And I don't have any problem with that. I mean, that's even though Josh's deal was a little different. I mean, he was 19, she was 16. It was 3 years ago now. I'm like, dude, there's guys who graduated high school at 19 years old. You're 18 years old in high school, and there's guys going out with freshmen that are 15 years old. Josh was from Australia. He's not from the United States. He doesn't have the same mentality. We are a infantile country when it comes to stuff like that. We look at things completely different. When I was living in Puerto Rico, a friend, the girl I was dating at the time, her little sister was 17 years old dating a 30-something-year-old man, and I'm like, what is this? And she goes, well, we don't look at it the same way y'all look at it. And I said, yeah, you're right. Because countries don't look at necessarily the age, they look at fit, how do people get together, parents don't care. Nobody cares. And he was rich, so that probably had a lot to do with it. But that's just America, okay? And with the Thunder, the way that the Thunder are built is you get in trouble with her, with us, if you cause any sort of flack, if you cause any sort of thing, you're done at the Thunder. So anyway, we were talking about all that last night, and I said, all it does, it reminds me of the same thing with Westbrook and KD with J-Dub and SGA. And we were talking about it, and he was like, well, I want Westbrook to come back if he'll be the 12th man. I said, Westbrook is not going to come back to Oklahoma City, number one, and not be anything less than a starter or coming off the bench as sixth man, number one. Number two, he would wreck our team chemistry because of the type of person he is. He is an alpha, and in his mind, he's number one, and he is set on who he is and what he wants to do, period. He would destroy what we're trying to do. And he goes, well, KD. I said, well, KD would be completely different because KD he's just a basketball player. He would just come fit. He goes, well, he destroyed the Nets. I said, no, he didn't. He went to the Nets because of Draymond Green ran him off. He left here because of Russell Westbrook. He left the Golden State Warriors because of Draymond. I still think he should not have followed Kyrie to the Nets. They should have went to the Knicks. But he did not do that. But, whatever. And then he went from the Nets to play with Booker and the Phoenix Suns before they got sold. So to me, he's like, it's about Kevin Durant. He and SJ are a lot alike, but in the fact that they're both just want to hoop. They're just natural ballers, just natural hoopers. That's what they do. The difference between them is SJ also has a little bit of Westbrook in him. With as far as being a vocal leader, he is a leader. He's not Westbrook now went over the top. This is my team, and because remember Westbrook, people don't even know he went from not being anything at UCLA to coming to the Thunder, and once he took full advantage of the power, he went full on board because he had never had control like that, and he just took it to the next level. He goes to Houston, that doesn't work. They trade him. He goes to the Bullets. The Wizards, I don't know. I guess I'm so stuck calling them the Washington Bullets. But anyway, the Wizards. Then he goes to the Lakers because LeBron, and we were talking about LeBron. I'm sorry. LeBron has totally, since LeBron came into the league, the NBA All-Star game watch has gone down. because he doesn't play in the league. LeBron is he's all about longevity. He's all about numbers. He's like Brady. They're all about numbers. And like I've always said, if you're going to compare quarterbacks, then you compare Brady's 14 years or 15 years along with Joe Montana, whomever. You compare his record right then at that point when they stopped playing, because that's how you judge errors. What did you do at 14, 15? Where were you at then? When their career ended, where were you? And I'll give you another year, maybe two. I'll give you 2 years. What was your record then in 15 years versus 13? What was your record? That's how I judge. And I can't wait for our new show to come on, because it's going to be fantastic, our new podcast. I absolutely can't wait. And in fact, my date last night asked the commander, Randy Wright, if he's going to come on the show. No, I'm not going to come on. I'm going to still talk him into it, because it's about what the subject matter of what it's about. It's not about. I just can't wait. I talked to my guy Mark Long today, and we're trying to get everything worked out with our new social media people that we're going to work with. That's going to help us get the show done. I'm just saying that it's going to be something that you all are going to be very excited about. I'm over the moon. I've already got 10 people already chomping at the bit to want to come on the show. So I'm excited about what we're getting ready to do here on well, not this MC Sports Network, but what we're getting ready to do shows-wise as far as a new podcast. It's going to be fantastic. We're still going to do the Unpopular Hour. We're still going to do After the Storm. But this new show is I just cannot wait. I really, really, really cannot wait. You guys are going to be excited about it. I'm serious. I'm really, really excited. So anyway, the Thunder scored last night. The Thunder, of course, took care of business again. And the commander just sent me a text, and he goes, "No way." Yeah, bro. We'll see. I'm not going. I believe that we're going to talk you into it. I really believe. My friend Mark Long's wife says, "Why don't we call the show #Just Saying?" That's a good idea, Maya. Anyway, the Thunder took care of business, 118-99. Once again, second game in a row, the Grizzlies did not score 100 points. Thunder and now took full command of the lead 2-0. And like I said, I think that we're either going to go 2-0 4-0 or the gentleman's sweep. I think that's what the issue is going to be with what the Thunder are going to do. That's just me. 3-point attempts, the Grizzlies were 10 for 31. Thunder 15 of 45. We shot 43% overall. They shot 42. We out-rebounded them for the second game in a row by 7. Then the Pips points in the paint, 54-46. 15 turnovers for them, 7 for us. Once again, our bench didn't play, so our turnovers did not go up. And then, of course, we outscored them again in bench stats, 33-14, which they should be better than that. You know, you would think that they would do better than that. And then here are the stats for the game, for what we did. And once again, everybody's in plus numbers. Chet's in plus numbers. J-Dubs in plus numbers, Hart's plus numbers, SGA plus numbers, Lou Dort plus numbers, J. Will plus numbers, which as I said on the show last night, I don't even know why he played. I mean, to me, you go with your 5 starters, which is Chet, J-Dub, Hart, SGA, Dort. Then you go with Caruso, you go with Joe, you go with Wiggins, you go with Case, and that's your 9. Now, I do believe that last night, when Isaiah Joe is not making shots, then you take him out the game. If he's not knocking down shots, going 1 for 5 is not it. He goes, "Oh my God, boy, this Randy, he's just the commander. He's a mess." He goes, "Only if I get ribs from Happy Hog plus watermelon tea, I can make that work." But they don't have the watermelon tea yet. But I can bring you watermelon tea from On Cue. But by the way, the food will be catered by Eddie's. And I don't know if you guys have been to Eddie's, but Eddie's is fantastic. We already talked to him about it. And either we're going to have the show live in his lounge upstairs where people can come, you can eat, and you can listen to our guests, or we're going to do it in a studio, and he's going to cater it. So Eddie's is going to be the food, and I know you like Eddie's, Randy. Anyway, when you look at the stats last night, Chet, 20 points, 11 rebounds. Ihart, 6 points and 10 rebounds. And we talked about that last night. Would you rather Ihart have double-digit rebounds and not scoring double figures, or would you rather him scoring double figures and not have double rebounds? To me, I would have him. I like double is what I prefer. But he shot 3 for 7 last night, and that's a little bad for him because he was shooting 70% from the field. But anyway, let's go through it. Chet 6 for 14, 20 and 11, 5 blocks. He's just a monster. And that block last night, I forget who it was going up and trying to dunk the ball. I may have been Zach Edey, and Chet comes from over the top and blocks, and their fans were screaming about the few little fans that were there. Like, oh, it's goaltending. That was a great block. He was coming down. He slapped it over the top before the ball got to the rim. Great block. J-Dub, 24 points. 5 assists, 6 rebounds. Once again, I thought he played pretty decently overall, except my issue was bringing him back is when you take him out and when you bring him back in. Take him out with the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. Take him out at the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. Don't be sitting there for 2 or 3 more minutes so he can have close to the same amount of minutes as SGA. It's just stupid. It's dumb. It's dumb. And then you take him out when SJ comes in at the 6:47 mark of the second and fourth quarter. You sit in for 3 minutes and you bring him back in. That's what you do. That's if you want to win. It's not a hard recipe. That's what you do. That is what you do. Instead, you want him to have 35 minutes, SGA to play 38 minutes. It's just ludicrous to me. When you know that you make runs with him on the bench, sit him out, let the team makes the run, and then you bring him back in. That's what you do. SGA, 27 points, 10 for 29. Once again, he plays terrible against Memphis Grizzlies. He plays terrible against them. He plays bad against the Grizzlies, and he plays bad against the Rockets. He just does. Don't know why, he just does. Lou Dort, 8 points last night, 2 for 7. He came out shooting threes. And what did I say yesterday on the show about what we needed to do? Number one, coach needs to play the correct lineups, which he did not do. Number two, SJ needs to be aggressive early and often. He was semi-aggressive. Number three, don't go around shooting threes. And we came out shooting threes. We start, come out, Dort shoots a 3, long-range 3. Come out, J-Dub shoots a long-range 3. Come out, Chet shoots a long-range 3. I'm like, what are y'all doing? SJ had to go score. I'm like, dude, SJ, just score right off the bat. I know that they put the ball in J-Dub's hand because they want J-Dub to get off early. I'm sorry. Let SGA get off early. Let everybody else go and benefit after he gets off. That's all I'm saying. Let him score. Let him get everything going, and let's go. Actually, Chet, I forgot, shot the first free throw. He missed the first one, and then the crowd started cheering. And, by the way, the atmosphere was electric last night. It really was. But I don't like the fact that J-Dub played. To me, it's like, why is he even playing? Why is he even playing? He's played great to get us here, great. But, no, he doesn't need to play. 3 minutes. Why are you even playing 3 minutes? Aaron Wiggins only played 7 minutes. What the hell is that? To me, Isaiah Joe, if he's not giving me the minutes I want, I pull him out. If he's not knocking down shots early, 1 for 5, okay, you're not making threes, come sit down. Because he gave up a huge rebound last night. J-Dub looked at him like, what the hell are you doing? When Bain came back, Isaiah Joe did not block him out. He went and got the rebound. J-Dub looked at him, and I was like, okay, J-Dub, first of all, why didn't you box him out? How do you let somebody get the rebound like that over you, bro? He stepped right in front of you, kind of the same thing that J. Will happened in the Dallas Mavericks game 6 last year. Dude, you got to box out too. You shouldn't let somebody just come in there and snatch the rebound over you. But once again, that was Isaiah Joe. And then also, J-Dub, when SGA had his back and Bain came and slapped the ball away from when he had his back to Bain, why didn't you scream and tell him that he was coming? You didn't open your mouth, and SGA turned around and looked at you. And you just looked. You supposed to say, bro, woof, woof, woof. You scream that out when you see the guy run at him. He didn't say a word because you can see SJ turn around and looked at him. So, to me, those are the little things that they've got to fix, and they will. And I'm really not concerned about it. It's not something I'm going to sit here and go, and it's not something you get upset about. But anyway, I'm excited about our team. I like the fact that we are sitting where we're sitting right now currently. We got the team I wanted to play, which was the Grizzlies, because I felt it's going to give us some time to, we get back in the groove a little bit. And SJ still, after taking those 12 days off, he's still not in a groove. You can just see he's just not there. And then he is now what? What was he from 3 last night? I forgot to look at that. When I looked, I didn't look at what he was. I think he was 3 for 7, if that is right. I think he was 3 for 7 last night. Hold on, guys, while I pull this up. I want to say he was 3 for 7 last night. Let me see players. He was 3 for 10. So he's now 4 for 17 from three. He's taking 17 threes. He's 4 for 17. Bro, you've got to get into the groove. You shot, what, 6 free throws? You've got to get into the groove, get to the free throw line, get back into it. Now, I see what he's doing. He knows the next series is going to be physical, whether it's the Lakers or whether it's the T-Wolves. He knows it's going to be physical. So it's almost like he's just trying to glide through the playoffs right now, trying to get through everything. But, bro, you can't get into a habit where you're what did I just say, 4 for 17? Can't do it. You can't do it. You can't be that. You got to be more efficient. Because he was even missing mid ranges. But that all has to do with going to the free throw line, getting your rhythm, figuring out what's going on, and then you go from there. So that will help if he'll get involved in that. Let's take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, SRB. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit our guys up over there. They'll take great care of you, and especially if you have a water treatment plant in your city or your county, hit our guys up. Mark Longo's guys would love to take care of you and make sure you have clean drinking water in your city and county. Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit my boy up. He'd love to, Jose Fierro, they'd love to take care of you and make sure everything is great with you. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. And by the way, we will be there on Friday. We normally are there on the last Thursday of the month, but we're not going to be there tomorrow because we're going to be at Creed, which we'll talk about that here in just a second. But we'll be at YNB on Friday, the main bank. Let me see, they're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area, which we will be at on, we're going to miss this week. We'll be there. When will we be there? Monday and Tuesday. We're going to be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week. We'll be at the minority places. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into the main bank at 401M, which is where we will be Friday, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40. Cannot miss it. And then, of course, YNB Peoples, located on 23rd in Bethany, between Rockwell and MacArthur. And then, of course, we will be tomorrow. We'll be at the House of Creed, handcrafted since 1760. We will be there at Dillard's tomorrow, working with them, and I'm excited about that because they've got a new promotion, a new perfume and cologne out, so I can't wait to smell it and see what it's all about. Cannot wait. I'm excited about tomorrow. Really, truly am waiting for that tomorrow. But anyway, they've always told me, Matt, remember, pick the best for your best. And I have, because if you have a significant other that you like, hey, go in there and get some perfume for her. And if you're a guy, hey, they've got some great smelling stuff. I've got 3 different kinds of cologne, and it is magnificent. It's really, really good smelling stuff. And tomorrow they have a special promotion that for every $100 you spend, you get $25 in credit. So if you spend $300, you get $75. You spend $400, you get $100 to come back and spend and gift certificates when you come back the next time. Or you come back to the mall. So that's a great promotion for them. We will be there tomorrow promoting that, so I'm excited about that. So, hey, stop by, see my girl Beth over at the Penn Square Mall. They're at Dillard's. They are fantastic, and I just can't wait because, I'm telling you, it's some good smelling stuff, I can promise you. It is really, really good smelling stuff. And like I said, I have 3 bottles now, and I got to get one more to hook me up. So, that being said, I hope everybody kind of is feeling the same way I'm feeling about the Thunder. I'm not overly excited. I am excited. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited, but I'm just not overly excited because, all we've done is hold serve at home. That's all we've done. We haven't done, it's not like we've won a game there yet, which we will play tomorrow night, but you got to win that game, okay? You got to win that game. So now let's look at what the scores were last night and what happened because there were some good games last night. Of course, ours was not. But the Bucks and the Pacers, and I was really looking forward to that simply because of Dame and Halliburton. And then I saw a thing to where Halliburton is the most overrated player in the NBA, voted by other players. And I'm like, that's a joke. He is not the most overrated player. I'm sorry, that's crazy. They had Luka on there. How can Luka be on there? Really? Overrated? Now, he was way down low, but I'm sorry. But so anyway, I was looking forward to him and Dame going at it tomorrow, but Dame being out that whole time, it's going to take him a couple of games to come back, even though he told Halliburton, when I get back, I'm going to bust your A, because that's still a feud from last year. Because when the Pacers beat the Bucks last year, and he pointed at his watch, like, here, game time. In other words, mocking Dame. Dame hasn't let that go. So, but anyway, the Bucks lost again. So the Pacers are now 2-0. But once again, 2-0 means you took care of business at home. It's not like you've done enough. And like I said, games 1, 3, and 5 are the most important games. Number one, to win the first game. Because if you're on the road, you want to win it so you can take home court advantage away. And then game 3 is the one that really gets the series done, because you're either going to be up 2-1 and you take home court back, or you're going to be 2-1 and you have even solidified home court even more. And then game 5 is the decider, because if it's 2-2, that's the team that goes up 3-1. If it's already 3-1 and you stole a game on the road from them, if you won both of your home games, then game 5 means a game for you to be able to close the game out. So games 1, 3, and 7. 7, of course, is just, how do I need to talk about how important that is? But 1, 3, and 5, and really 3 and 5 are the most important games, because if you've lost the game 1, game 3 is important, because 1, you got to get home court back. Or 2, you got to solidify the fact that you stole home court, which is the fact that Timberwolves and the Lakers, the Timberwolves came up and got game 1, so they could still have home court advantage, which is exactly what they did. So now it's 1-1, so now they go back to Minnesota. And game 3 is going to be important. Is it going to be 2-1 Lakers and they steal home court back? Or is it going to be 2-1 and the T-Wolves have established themselves as the favorite to win the series? And the Thunder, of course, game 3 for us, which is tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, Thursday. It's a 9:30 game. It's going to be a late game. So we'll see how that works, how that's going to be. And we will be at one of my favorite locations tomorrow. I hope it's not going to rain. Let me check the weather. I don't think it's going to rain, but we're going to be at one of my favorite locations on the patio doing the show tomorrow night. Let me see, Thursday. It's a 40% chance of rain on Thursday. So hopefully Thursday night it won't be raining, and I get a chance to do the show there. That's my plan. We'll see how that works out. And then, of course, here are the games today. The games today, you got the Magic and the Celtics. The Celtics, of course, are going to probably go 2-0. They're 10.5-point favorites. 196.5 is the over-under. And, I just look at that. And by the way, I think the Thunder, it was under last night, so it did not meet the over last night. We did meet the point spread. We beat the point spread, but the under was the key last night, not the over last night. 196.5. The Celtics and the Magic, I think, is going to be another slugfest. Let me see. That's not even 200 points in the game. That's saying both teams don't score two. One team doesn't score 100. I don't know about that. But it was a knockdown drag out the first game. But the Celtics, I see them shooting a bunch of threes, so I'm probably going to take the over. I'm going to take the Celtics. I'm going to take the Magic and the points, and I'm going to take the over for that game. That's kind of what I'm thinking, how it's going to break down. Heat and the Heat and Cavs. Let me write that down. Magic, points, and the over. That's what I'm doing in that game. And then something is wrong with the commander. He goes, "Am I Mike Morgan, Gary England?" Unbelievable, bro. I'm just trying to see if I'm gonna be able to do the show tomorrow night outdoors. That's all I'm trying to say, man. You ain't got to get all technical with the stuff. Heat, Cavaliers. Cavs 12.5-point favorites. I don't think the Heat can do anything. They just don't have the scores to keep up with the Magic or the Cavaliers. That's my thought on it. Warriors and Rockets. The Warriors are going to be, I think it's going to be 1-1. I believe the Rockets are going to even the series out. But like I said before, the Rockets just don't have enough scores. But I think they'll come back and win the second game. I think they'll know what they need to do. And then the Warriors did what they wanted to do. On a visiting team, you want to get game 1. Game 2, whatever, you don't really care. you get the first game, and then if you split the series, okay, the bottom line is you got home court advantage. And I think that's going to be the same thing happening with the Rockets when it comes back down to that. I think the Rockets will win. So my grandson will be in a happy mood, going to be in a good mood tonight. I haven't been able to call him after the game because, he's in bed at 8:30. So he will. I can promise you, his mama's not going to be letting him watch any TV that late at night with him having school tomorrow. I can promise you that's not going to happen. I can promise you he's not watching, even though I know he wants to be, and even though I like him to be, so I can, because you know what he did to me after the Rockets beat the Thunder. He FaceTimes me and then holds up a tissue and asks me if I'm okay, and he has a tissue for me. Bro, really? Anyway, that's my grandson. I don't know where he gets that attitude from. I really don't. I think it's from his Uncle Randy, from him feeding him candy at a young age. I think that's where he got that attitude from, because it could not have been from me, because everybody knows I'm not a person who talks trash. So it has to be from his Uncle Randy. It has to be. That's kind of that's how I look at it, because you can see the texts that I'm getting from him talking trash to me. So obviously it has to be him, okay? And then, of course, my guy's wife, Maya. No, it's not from me, Maya. It's from Randy. It's from Uncle Randy. It's got to be from him. It can't be from me because I'm too sweet and too innocent. Or his Aunt Jennifer. It could be from Aunt Jennifer. She talks trash. It could be from her, but it's not from me. I'm the innocent one of the group, okay? Hashtag just saying. Hashtag just saying. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm getting way ahead of myself. I'm sorry. Let me get back to the bracket here real quick, okay? So we can kind of see what everything is. And then tomorrow I'm going to have all the updated scoring for everything. Oh, that's not the bracket. Why don't I have the playoff bracket? What's the deal? Where's my playoff bracket at? Well, that sucks. That's not the bracket. That's the playoff scores. I don't know where the hell is my bracket at. Well, that sucks. I don't like that at all. That I should have my bracket up there. I don't know what happened. I must have did something accidentally. I must not have pulled that back up. And if I do that, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let me pull that back up because we need to talk about the bracket. I don't know what the hell that. I don't know why that was like that. That's ridiculous. Because I know that I had put that up there to get that done. So let me do this real quick and get that. Sorry, you guys are looking at a blank screen. But it's the blank screen of my beautiful face, so I'm sure y'all would rather look at the blank screen than my gorgeous face. Let me see. NBA playoff bracket. Boom. Oh, I know what I did. I never did pull it up on here. That's what I never did do. That's what happened. So you guys are seeing me do all this. That's what happened. Where's my playoff bracket? There it is. That's what happened, guys. I'm sorry. That's what happened. I did not pull my bracket back up there. That's what it was. Okay. Now we're all set, so we can talk about it. And here we go. There's the bracket for you when you pull that back up on YouTube. Oh, my guy's wife Maya's like, I can't with you. I know. See, Maya. See, what happened was it was last night at the game. The commander and his wife and Jennifer and his wife Kimberly and Jennifer, they were all beating me up, and then I had this little kid that was sitting next to me. He kept pushing me around and stuff. So people were abusing me and beating me up yesterday. That's what happened last night at the game. So I'm just trying to fight through all of that abusiveness, Maya. That's what I'm trying to do. Oh my God, I'm so full of it. I really am. I'm on one today. But anyway, here's the bracket. Sorry about that. Somebody was watching the show and I cut them off. Here's the bracket. OKC, we're up 2-0. The Clippers and the Nuggets, of course, the series is tied, and they play again tomorrow night in the late game at 9:00. So we play in the game at 9:30. They'll be on NBA TV. Now, I don't like that because to me, I'd much rather watch the Nuggets and the Clippers versus us against the Grizzlies. But I know that's not right, but they can't. We're the number one seed, so of course they got to put us on, and we'll be on TNT, which I still think we're going to win between 15 and 20 points again. That's just me. And then Also tomorrow night is the Rockets and the Warriors. So this is what's crazy to me is on Thursday. Let me see, where is it at? On Thursday, which is tomorrow, which is the NBA draft, they're going to have the Knicks on TNT. NBA, I'm sorry, and I'm sure this is because the NBA went ahead and put games on Christmas, which was normally set for the NBA. So I'm assuming that's why they did that. But come on, guys, really? So tomorrow night you've got our game at 9:30 on TNT. You have the 7 o'clock game, which is the Knicks and the Pistons, is the early game, and then let me see. Then you have, what's the other game? Oh, and then you have the 9:30 game, which on TNT and Max and all that is the Rockets and the Warriors. So my thing is this: on regular TNT, you're going to have our game at 9:30, and then you can watch Max or True TV and watch the Rockets and Warriors game, which is going to be at the same time our game is on. So that's going to be interesting how they do that. And of course, the NBA draft is going on then, and I'm sure that's just a power play with the NBA putting their big teams on there. Which, of course, if you really wanted to do it, the only thing y'all care about is the Warriors and the Lakers. So why wouldn't you put the Warriors and Lakers on? Since those are teams y'all love so much, why don't you have the Warriors and the Lakers on? That's the way I look at it. If you really want to compete against them, go with your two biggest stars in the NBA's opinion and all these announcers, because I turn on the day onto talk shows, and what do I have to listen to? Oh, LeBron this, LeBron that, LeBron's second game. He takes the first game off to figure out what to do the second game. No, he doesn't. Y'all are just trying to just make him feel. I mean, come on. It's to me, it's just the LeBron thing is ridiculous. It really is. The LeBron thing is ridiculous. They played last night. Why wouldn't you have them on Thursday? You play them on Friday. Why don't you have them on Thursday? Oh, you don't want to compete with the NFL draft. Oh, okay. You have the Thunder on, which y'all don't care about us anyway. So, but you know what? Until we win the chip, last year we got no respect, the Thunder. This year we're not getting any respect. But your two biggest stars to everybody, like when I watched the shows today, all they talked about was LeBron this, LeBron that. Dude, really? Who believed in their mind the Lakers weren't going to come back and win last night? Who the hell thought the Lakers weren't going to beat the Timberwolves? Really? Did you not think the Lakers were going to beat the Timberwolves? Raise your hand if you thought that the Lakers were going to lose to the Timberwolves? Come on, that's just crazy to me. I don't understand it at all. I'm sorry. That kind of stuff just drives me nuts with it. But on tomorrow's show, we will be talking about the NFL draft. We'll be talking. We'll give the overview of the Thunder, what happened with the Thunder, what's going to happen with the Thunder. So I'll get my keys to the game. Then we'll be talking about the games tonight that we've already gone over, the 3 games that are going to be tonight, who won those games and the importance of those games, which is, those games are important to see who's going to do what, but we already know what's going to happen. The Celtics are going to win. We know that the Rockets are going to come back and even the series at 1-1, which, of course, Golden State would love to go 2-0. But let's face it, they did what they needed to do. And that's why I was talking about games 1, 3, and 5 are so important, because game 1, if you're the road team, that's the game you can steal. So you want to steal game 1. And then game 3 is the game that makes the difference, because either you're going to go up 3-0 if you're already up 2-1 and you've held serve at home. Because to me, holding serve at home, you held serve at home, you're up 2-0. Okay. The thing is game 3, to go win that first game, which is the important game, is if you're up 2-0, you want to take the commanding lead, go up 3-0. Game 3 is important if you already have a 2-0 lead. Game 3 is important if it's 1-1 and you're the home team. You have the higher seed, so you're the home. You have 4 games at home. You want to win game 3 because you already gave up to get home court advantage back. If you're the road team and you stole game 1 or game 2, game 3 is important because you want to maintain home court advantage. That's why game 3 is so important. If you're up 2-0, it gives you a commanding lead at 3-0. If you lost the first game and you're the home seed, it's your chance to gain home court advantage back. If you're the road team that won the first game, it gives you a chance to keep a stranglehold on the series by winning that third game. And then what that does now, all of a sudden you're up 2-1. Then you have your next game at home again. You hold serve again. You're up 3-1 going into game 5, which is important because it's either going to be 3-2 your way, or it's going to be 3-2 their way. And if you're up 2-0 going into the third game, you win that, then you want to close out game 4. You don't even want to go to game 5. But that game 4 game is hard to close out. It's hard to close out, especially if you're a new team. It's hard to close out a series. That game is hard to win because nobody wants to go fishing in the Bahamas. Nobody wants to go swimming or whatever. Nobody wants to do that. So, but anyway, guys, okay, I'm out of here. I've got some stuff I've got to go do. Still preparing for my new show. I cannot wait to talk to you about it. I'm getting ready to go meet with my guy Eddie over there to talk about what he's going to do. I still haven't seen the new his location to see what the lounge will look like. How would we lay that out, and what days we're going to be able to do it. I'm thinking it's going to be Tuesday, Thursday nights. It's the night we will be doing the new show, the new podcast. And that's kind of course, I don't know if we're just going to do it weekly or we're going to do it bi-weekly to actually produce the shows, but to have them put out there in the podcast world. So we'll see how that's going to work. And like I said, once everything gets settled, I cannot wait to tell you about it. Right now, the name that we were going to use, which is Timeless Sports, we can't use it because some guy who's not even American, well, he may be American, I'm not going to say that he has a foreign name, and he has that website and that deal already done. So we can't use Timeless Sports. So that was the name of the podcast we were going to use, but somebody else has already stolen it, so we can't use it now, which is kind of frustrates me a little bit not being able to use it, but it is what it is, and we will fix that and come up with a new name. So if you have a name or something that you want, that you think we can do it, please put it on my Facebook page or text me and give me a name for the show. So what you think it should be is Timeless Sports. So that's kind of the way we're looking at it, and we'll see how that's done. So that being said, I'm out of here, guys. I've got some stuff I've got to go do right now. And like I said, kind of go meet with somebody before I train kids and get